This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones.
And I'm Peter Dubois. First tonight, friends, family, and several state agencies are searching for an 18-year-old lobsterman who went missing over the weekend.
Our AJ Douglas went to the area of Petite Manane Island and has the story.
According to a sergeant with Maine Marine Patrol, 18-year-old Tyler Mishu was reported missing by an unidentified family member Friday evening after he did not return from tending to his lobster traps earlier that day. The U.S. Coast Guard, Maine Marine Patrol, Maine State Police, Steuben Volunteer Fire Department, and other volunteers began a widespread search in the area of Petite Manane Island where Tyler's boat was found. After a 40-hour around-the-clock search, the U.S. Coast Guard announced the end of their search efforts. However, state agencies continued searching the area Monday.
We have one large patrol vessel out there and another small patrol vessel, as well as our state police dive team. They are checking areas of interest that we've had cell phone pings from.
Dow says not just state agencies, but Tyler's loved ones have stepped up during this time of uncertainty to help look for the missing recent high school graduate.
Everybody comes together and works as one for one common goal.
Tyler recently graduated from Charles M. Sumner Learning Center, where his former principal, Jackson Green, issued a statement stating in part, quote, Tyler touched the lives of many within our close-knit community. He was not only an exceptional student, but also a compassionate, kind-hearted individual who always went above and beyond to lend a helping hand to others. End part quote. Anyone interested in donating to a GoFundMe to help the Mishu family continue their search for their loved one, visit foxbangor.com for a direct link. In Steuben, I'm AJ Douglas for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Meanwhile, a traffic stop in Brooklyn led to an hours-long standoff today. According to Lieutenant Jacob Day, a Hancock County Sheriff's deputy conducted a traffic stop on Fly Point Road just before 8 a.m. He says the driver displayed a handgun, causing the deputy to retreat to a secure area. The driver positioned himself in front of the vehicle with the handgun, creating a police standoff. The Maine State Police Tactical and Hostage Negotiation Team assisted on scene. Lieutenant Day says the standoff lasted about 7 hours before the driver died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Well, fire crews in Heartland and surrounding communities responded to a fast-moving house fire that now leaves the 3 people living there looking for answers and a place to stay tonight. Our Devin Dagnall had a chance to speak to the owners and has the story.
Early Monday afternoon, the Heartland Fire Department was called to 527 Cannon Road for a house fire with smoke visible from the outside.
Call came in, room and content on fire.
Upon arrival, first responders were able to easily locate all of the residents and get them out of the house with no injuries.
One of my guys showed up on scene. They were just in the doorway. He told them they had to get out, and they got out safely.
The fire was quickly knocked down due to the combined effort of Heartland, St. Albans, and Cannon fire departments. The exact origins of the fire are still unknown and pending further investigations, but homeowner Paul WVII is certain of a few details.
It started in my son's girlfriend's bedroom where they're more or less living and staying. And we don't know whether it was a cigarette butt or whether it was an electrical fire.
As of right now, it's still under investigation. We're waiting for the fire marshals to land so we can figure that out.
The home was declared a total loss, leaving WVII, his son, and his son's girlfriend homeless for the time being. However, the Red Cross is actively working on finding the displaced family temporary housing and resources. If all else fails, WVII says he has family to fall back on.
I may be able to stay with my sister Nancy in Portland.
In Heartland, Devin Dagnall, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
One person disappeared after jumping off a pontoon boat in Lincoln Sunday afternoon. According to the Lincoln Fire Department, a caller reported an adult male had gone into the water from the pontoon boat on Upper Coldstream Pond off the Transalpine Road and had not resurfaced. Lincoln Fire Department units were on scene within minutes of that call and started searching for the man. Maine Warden Service units, including a diver and 2 more boats, plus a Maine Forest Service helicopter, assisted in that search. Lincoln Fire says after searching for more than an hour, there were no signs of the missing person. The Maine Warden Service took over search operations about 2 hours after the person disappeared.
In other news tonight, a bill designed to increase affordable housing options in rural Maine has been signed into law. Under the new rule, the Maine State Housing Authority will be allowed to make money available to developers of low-income housing units in most rural areas of the state. The bill also addresses what happens when a rental property that receives special financing from the Housing Authority because it was developed as affordable rental housing is subsequently impacted by a change to its mortgage that could mean it's no longer affordable. Now, a local housing authority could have the option to buy it and ensure that it remains affordable housing. LD 724 will go into effect 90 days after the legislature adjourns.
Former Fire Chief and Lieutenant Jim Ellis was laid to rest this afternoon. A funeral service was held at the Anna Shriners in Bangor at 11 o'clock this morning. Countless first responders and law enforcement officers from across the state were in attendance. After the service, a funeral procession left for Eddington. Ellis passed on Monday, July 17th. He'd served in law enforcement and fire service for more than 40 years.
And of course, our thanks to Mr. Ellis for his service, and our thoughts and prayers with the friends and family at this time. Alrighty, folks, well, let's go ahead and take a peek outside to get a first check of our forecast. It was a toasty one today. Curious to see what else is coming.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Beth and Peter. Happy Monday to you. Hopefully you had a wonderful weekend. Our first weather today is brought to you by North Ellsworth Flea Market. That is now open in Ellsworth. All right. It's been hot, folks. Just the beginning. It is actually going to get hotter. We're looking at mid-80s outside today. The coast, same story. Rockland, a little bit cooler, of course. Same story up north in Greenville, but still 80s. That was pretty much the trend everywhere today in our state. The last couple of weeks, finally, it has been warm, mainly above average. Had some 90s a couple of weeks ago, a couple of days back in the 70s, but up on that rebound back in the 80s, and the hot trend will be sticking around with us, folks. So get ready for the heat and have that AC cranked on. We are looking at some increasing clouds. No rain out there today, but we are looking at some sprinkles, maybe an isolated shower or two, maybe even a thunderstorm possible by tomorrow. So have an umbrella handy for sure. Tonight, though, another mild night. We're looking at temperatures back in those mid-60s. Beth, Peter?
Mild to say the least. That is a warm overnight coming our way.
Yes, certainly toasty. So definitely want to keep those fans and ACs cooking.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Maybe a bottle of water by the bed.
Not a bad idea.
Stay hydrated, folks, even while you're sleeping. All right, well, coming up on ABC 7 News at 6, we'll hear from some farmers in Fairfield to get their perspective on building solar energy projects on PFAS-contaminated land. And our Jody Hersey will give us a look at the Maine Air Museum right here in Bangor. Stay tuned for those stories and much more as ABC 7 News at 6 comes right back.
Experience the ultimate outdoor living with Granville Stone and Hearth. Our high-quality grills and outdoor living products will take your backyard to the next level. Scan the QR code on your screen to explore our wide selection of grills and outdoor living accessories. From classic charcoal to state-of-the-art gas grills, we have everything you need to entertain guests in style. Create unforgettable moments with family and friends. Start your outdoor living journey today with Granville Stone and Hearth.
It's the Toyota Summer Savings Event featuring trucks from the longest-lasting brand, Toyota. Right now, you could save up to $1,900 with 3.99% financing on a four-wheel drive Tacoma. Toyota, let's go places.
If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, contact the law offices of Joe Bornstein to learn about your legal rights. Maine has the highest rate of mesothelioma fatalities in the U.S. You may be eligible to receive compensation if you were exposed to asbestos products while working in a shipyard, mill, factory, or construction site. For a free case evaluation, dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
The industry-first 2-in-1 removable agitator from Whirlpool gives you 2 ways to wash. Jeans, in. Sweaters, out. Towels, in. Comforters, out. You decide. Whirlpool.
Key Appliance, we hold the key to savings.
At Hashi's Auto Enhancing, our focus is on the appearance, longevity, and value of your vehicle. Does your undercarriage look like this? You can go from this to this. And if you have a new vehicle, you can avoid this. Our annual undercoating service will add years of life to your vehicle. At Hashies, we also do Rhino linings. We can Rhino rocker panels, bumpers, trailers, side-by-sides, and more. We take pride in making your ride shine inside and out. Book one of our detailing packages.
Bring your ride to us to protect your investment.
Live from the Maine Lobster Festival in Rockland, it's the Lobster Crate Races. Watch all the excitement, the thrills, splashes and spills in the chilly waters as crowds cheer on racers of all ages. Lobster Crate Races, live from the Maine Lobster Festival in Rockland, Sunday, August 6th, starting at 1:30 p.m. And you can only watch it on Fox 22.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Last Thursday, we aired a story about a proposal from that Governor Mills signed into law, promoting building solar energy projects on contaminated PFAS farmland. Our Matthew Juroncic spoke to farmers in Fairfield, where PFAS contamination has been a big issue.
I think it's a great idea because we can't use the land for much.
The new law will incentivize solar developers in purchasing farmland contaminated by the forever chemicals, allowing farmers to have another avenue if they're not sure what to do with their land.
Having solar as one of several possible options makes a lot of sense, both economically and environmentally.
Dotsey Farm in Fairfield is one of 50 farms statewide affected by PFAS contamination. Farmers here tell us that this once thriving 200-acre farm has lost nearly 3/4 of its land. Managing with 35 acres, owners Egid Dotsey Sr. and his son Egid Dotsey II explain how the contamination has severely impacted their day-to-day operations.
We can't grow a crop continuous on this land, except for corn every 5 years. We had to dump milk for 11 months from October 2020 to September 21.
The situation got so dire that they had to sell nearly all their cows, something that Dotseys say was a main source of income for the farm.
We were an organic milk producer, and this was all grassland. And with these polluted acres, we can no longer produce organic milk.
Still new, the father and son duo say they'd happily allow solar projects to be developed on their contaminated land should the opportunity arise.
Yes, we would jump at the opportunity so that we can utilize this land and still farm the rest of our land that's clean and still have animals and utilize this land at the same time.
In Fairfield, Matthew Juroncic, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Air travel is on the minds of many looking to plan a getaway this summer. And what better way to check out the fascinating world of aviation than stopping by the Maine Air Museum in Bangor during your vacation? Our Jody Hersey takes us there.
Most people look to the skies when they think of flying. However, here on the ground, you can learn just as much about aviation at the Maine Air Museum in Bangor.
I think a lot of people, under a certain age might even not know who Lindbergh was. Lucky Lindy landed here, but, his story is bigger because he was a pioneer.
American aviator Charles Lindbergh, known for being the first pilot to fly solo nonstop across the Atlantic Ocean back in May of 1927, stopped in Old Orchard Beach, Maine in July of that same year. A photograph of that exciting visit is on display here. So is the fascinating story of astronaut Bob Rushworth of Madison.
A lot of people don't realize that Maine had an astronaut in 1963. It was less than 60 years from Wright brothers to Bob Rushworth from Maine flying out of the atmosphere. He's actually buried in Madison. He could have had a nice fancy plot in Arlington in the astronaut section. He actually appears in a lot of books whenever you talk about the space program.
Whether you're a fan of space, aircraft, or just a history buff, there's something here at the Maine Air Museum that all can enjoy.
Actually, he loves aircraft and planes, stuff like that, so he was like, hey, let's go in.
Visitors will also get the opportunity to watch aircraft take off and land at Bangor International Airport from the museum's observation deck.
It makes me dizzy, like looking at the controls and, people actually flow those
helicopter and everything. Like it's interesting. Like, you know, it's not an easy job.
Volunteers hope to see even more visitors stop by the Maine Air Museum during their travels this summer. The museum is open weekends through September. In Bangor, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Really neat that they can actually view aircraft taking off and landing from the observation deck. That's got to be neat to see.
It really must be. I mean, just being in the Bangor area and seeing those planes come in is really fascinating. You know, they look like you can reach out and touch them. So I'm sure an even better view from that observation deck there.
For sure. Well, still to come on ABC 7 News at 6. Coming up in sports, Trevor Story was promoted to AAA today after his weekend in Portland. What is it going to take for him to get back to Boston, though?
We'll have that story and much more right after the break. Stay with us.
Luna Family Auto Sales is a locally owned business run by a husband and wife team.
Here at Luna Family Auto Sales, we combine our passion for cars with providing service to the community and local economy. Featuring no dock or hidden fees at all, we offer financing for all credit types and service everything we sell.
Check out our website at lunafamilyautosales.com.
Or come in and say hi. We'd love to meet you and introduce ourselves. Luna Family Auto Sales, 649 Stillwater Ave, Old Town.
Established in 1925, Bangor Floral has been a premier provider of beautiful floral arrangements and thoughtful gifts for almost 100 years. Whatever the occasion, our premium collection of colorful blooms, blossoming plants, and gift baskets have warmed hearts for generations. We strongly support the Buy Local movement, purchasing directly from local farms and growers, and we are committed to the preservation of our environment. Bangor Floral, located at 332 Harlow Street. Stop in today to experience a flower shop like no other.
Hi folks, this is Barry Gass of Gass Horse Supply and Western Wear in Orono. We've been in business since 1911, and our third generation family owned business can't wait to show you our unique line of Western wear and Western tack. We have Western boots, shirts, hats, belts, and buckles for the entire family, and Western tack from bridles to saddles and everything in between for your horse.
Gass Horse Supply and Western Wear, where the American West comes alive in Maine.
These days you can buy a new mattress anywhere. However, getting the right mattress at the right price will keep you up at night. When you're ready for a new mattress, come to Dorsey's. We've delivered more mattresses to this area than any other retailer. With over 48 years of experience, the largest in-stock selection, plus our 30-night sleep guarantee, we've got the right mattress for you at a great price. Dorsey Furniture, Route 1A, Holden. Sleep well, my friends.
Update your outdoor living space and make the most of your outdoor life with a new deck from Hammond Lumber Company. From wood to low-maintenance composite and PVC decking, Hammond has the materials, knowledge, and experience to help you get everything you need for that perfect new deck. Railing options include wood, composite, aluminum, and the modern look of cable railing. Your Hammond sales rep can answer any questions and will walk you through your options. Get the deck you want, the one you deserve, when you bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company.
Now, with so much on the line, more Americans are turning to David Muir and ABC's World News Tonight than any other newscast across all of television.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. We're going to start on the baseball diamond. Trevor Story, the Red Sox $100 million shortstop, spent the weekend in Portland for his first game action since last September. Story being promoted to AAA Worcester on Monday. He went 1 for 2 with a homer his first night back on the diamond and made a few plays in the field, too. It's good to see after elbow surgery. His second day was a little less successful. He struck out 4 times as a designated hitter, but recorded a single in his first at-bat on Sunday. Now he is one step closer to the bigs. It could be a longer rehab stint than normal, but he says once he's ready, he'll be back in Boston.
We're kind of in the thick of a race right now, so that could change things. But I think when I feel comfortable timing-wise and all things included to go back, then we will. But I think we've done a lot of work to try to cut that timeline down as I'm playing these games, and so I feel good about that.
While in Portland, Story was able to meet the potential Red Sox shortstop of the future, Marcelo Meyer. Meyer was drafted 4th overall in 2021, and he is the top prospect in the Red Sox farm system. Story offering some high praise for the 20-year-old and the other prospects in Portland as well.
Yeah, impressed with everybody here, man. Meyer, obviously, the kid can swing the bat, that's for sure. He's a big kid, and I think he's going to be, at the forefront of what we're doing for a long time. I think he's got that kind of, personality. He believes in himself that way.
Always good to hear that. Let's stay on the diamond here. It is almost time for a yearly tradition at Hadlock Field, not a Chris Sale appearance. The 4th annual Northwoods Throwdown Softball Challenge is set for next Friday night. The game features Maine State game wardens taking on their New Hampshire counterparts in a game of slow pitch softball, all for a great cause. All proceeds from the night benefit Operation Game Thief, a nonprofit organization that helps game wardens combat poaching through tip lines, all while providing some valuable equipment as well. And Maine game warden Cade O'Leary says the organization is a huge help for them.
A lot of the money will go to funding rewards for information, anonymous information that comes in to help us get information about people that are potentially harming the resource, but they also get us a lot of different equipment that we might need within the warden service. So they're a huge partner and a huge help for us.
Looking forward to that. Let's do some football now. Camps start around the area for our college teams in about 2 weeks. And as normal, our networks will be carrying several games this year from the local teams. Starting in September on ABC7, Maine versus the University of Rhode Island on Saturday the 16th at 3:30. On October 14th, we have a double showing for you. Maine versus Long Island University. That is the Black Bears homecoming on Fox 22 at 1 p.m. And also on October 14th, Husson will host Curry College. That is on ABC7. And we will have the battle for the Bryce Cowell Musket, Maine at New Hampshire on November 18th at 1 p.m. That will be on ABC7 as well. Looking forward for football season to get started here again. That is all the time we have for sports, though. Here's Conrad Sapinski with your full 5-day forecast. Conrad?
Thank you so much, Tyler. That was great. Our main weather today is brought to you by Key Appliance, committed to bringing you top name brand appliance at affordable prices. All right, folks, we finally got lucky with the heat. Remember, June was just very, very chilly. We've had well below average temperatures. July, a different story. We turned the page back in the heat, and we're not the only ones getting in on the heat. Look at Texas. Look at Phoenix into Las Vegas. Phoenix has actually been so hot. They're pretty much on trend right now to have the hottest July on record ever, averaging in the hundreds. That's how hot it has been in Phoenix. For us, though, of course, no hundreds. We don't want that. Even 90s are getting a little bit too hot for us. We're looking at mid-80s outside, a couple of upper 80s by Thursday into Friday, maybe hitting around 90 degrees Thursday and Friday. And then we start to cool off slightly by the weekend, back near average and hovering close to 80 degrees. And of course, it's hot outside. The water has been warming up. Look at this, mid-70s, well off the coast. By our coast, we're looking at around 70 degrees. And of course, the more north you go, these blue colors, these green colors as well do indicate temperatures closer to 60 to lower 60s, but still nice and enjoyable weather. Definitely good water temperatures as well. We do have a bit of a breeze outside, a good 5 to 10 mile per hour breeze by the coast. Here in town, a little bit stronger. We're looking at a sustained wind at around 12 miles per hour right now. Other than that, hey, it hasn't been raining today. We are in the clear, but not for long. By tomorrow, more chances of scattered showers and thunderstorms will be rolling on in. Right now, this is starting to develop right now. New Hampshire into the Vermont area, upstate New York as well. So get ready for that. The last, I'd say, 2-3 weeks, we've been more cloudy than sunny. We did have a bunch of sunny days, a good amount of partly cloudy days, but of course, last couple of days, we've had a lot of clouds in the area. Still some peaks of sunshine, but like I said, tomorrow, another day with more increasing clouds, a couple of scattered showers and thunderstorms. Doesn't look like we're going to get any severe weather. Definitely have an umbrella handy. We will have a lot of dry hours as well, but when those scattered showers or maybe even a thunderstorm does hit, I would recommend having an umbrella handy. And of course, our muggy meter, take a look at that. Not the best scene, but we got to wait all the way till I'd say Friday overnight into Saturday morning, where dew points are really going to drop. It's going to feel much more comfortable. And remember what I said, Saturday, we are back near average for temperatures. So get ready. It's going to be a good looking weekend. Tonight though, well above average temperatures. We're looking at mid-60s outside, partly cloudy skies. Dense fog will be an issue once again. Tomorrow, we are looking at partly cloudy skies, temperatures in those mid-80s, but we will have some scattered showers and thunderstorms once again with temperatures in those mid-80s. Our extended forecast outlook does show the same trend pretty much every day besides Wednesday. Scattered showers and thunderstorms in the area, lots of dry hours as well. Temperatures, though, will be hot in those 80s and 90s. Beth and Peter?
I'm going to bank on that old saying, if you don't like the weather in New England, just wait 5 minutes.
That's a good way to put it.
I'm going to hope that's a first offer, and we'll see revisions throughout the week.
It
oh my
tends
goodness.
to go that way.
All righty, well, there is still more to come. Stay with us.
This is not just laundry. This is laundry that's one and done. This is the ultra-fast combo laundry machine that does both washing and drying cycles. This is revolutionizing laundry. This is GE Profile.
Available now at your local at-home furniture, appliance, and bedding location located in Lincoln and Dover Foxcroft. Stop in today and see what we can do to make you feel at home.
When Dover Audiology wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Come to Dover Audiology and find out where people from Kittery to Eastport go to get their hearing aids. Knowledgeable, friendly, and reasonable, Dover Audiology is your best place for hearing solutions.
With AAA Insurance, by bundling our home and auto policies, we saved over $450.
And we were shocked at the savings.
When we switched to AAA auto insurance and bundled our policies, we were able to save over $400 every year.
Switch to AAA insurance today, and you could save an average of $483 on auto insurance. Compare that to State Farm, Geico, even Allstate. Call now for your free AAA full picture quote to find out how much you could save.
Well, my passion is hang gliding. I've been doing it for over 30 years, and it's like flying. I mean, it's like everything you always dreamed about. AAA insurance helps us save more.
And do more.
The savings from AAA Insurance has allowed me to pursue my passion of making jewelry. It's great to have a little bit of extra cash to do something that you love.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA Insurance, call 866-460-1310 for your free AAA full picture quote today. You'll be glad you did.
It's the Toyota Summer Savings Event, featuring cars from the longest-lasting brand, Toyota.
You've been waiting for a new Toyota, so now's the time, come and get it.
Right now, you could save up to $1,600 with affordable 3.99% financing on an all-wheel drive Camry. And every Camry comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance and more. The Toyota Summer Savings Event at your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters.
So come and get it.
Toyota, let's go places.
This week, former President Trump bracing for possible indictment and arrest with a third criminal case looming. Plus, the dangerous heat is spreading. Where it's headed next. More Americans turn to the most watched program on television. World News Tonight with David Muir.
Welcome back. It's been 6 months since the Eddington Clifton Civic Center opened a clothing pantry in its building. The pantry's donated apparel has helped many in the community. Clifton resident Becky Pelkey said she knew in her heart she wanted to offer this clothing pantry to those in the area. So in February, she made it happen, opening the pantry Monday nights for those in need of some gently used apparel.
And we give out clothing to people, whether it's men's, women's, children's, boots, hats, mittens, gloves. That's a necessity in this area.
Pelkey says all clothing is free of charge, although donations are accepted, of course. The Eddington Clifton Civic Center Clothing Pantry is open Monday nights from 4 to 7 p.m. and a great service going on there.
Yeah, just great to hear about someone seeing a need in their community and going out and doing something about it.
Making it happen.
Yeah.
Something else that you made happen last week that I have been wanting to ask you about because it is just so cool. We heard from Trevor Story in your sportscast tonight. You got a face-to-face with him when you were in Portland last week. What was that like?
That was fun. It was really cool. You know, just you're looking out for him. When you're on the field waiting for them to warm up, and then someone walks in with like just a big league swagger, and I'm like, oh, that's Trevor Story right there. I know it. Right. You could hear it's a little different feel when he's in the batter's box. Maybe not this year's Sea Dogs team. A lot of good players there, but just talking to him was awesome. You know, like I've always been a Sox fan my whole life. Story's the $100 million guy. Very. I want to say emotional. You know, because he hasn't played in a while. He had that elbow surgery, so you could tell he was really grateful to just be back out in the field there.
Yeah, he also mentioned that up-and-coming prospect.
Yep, Marcelo Meyer.
Right, so that ought to get Red Sox fans pretty fired up to hearing his high praise for the kid.
Yeah, and I think everyone went in there with that question in the back of their mind, like Story's a shortstop, Meyer's an up-and-coming shortstop. What's it, you know, like what kind of advice do you have? What's it been like working for him for the weekend? Really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, well, thank you so much. That must have been a great experience.
I'll be back when sale comes.
Ooh.
All right, looking forward to it.
All right, well, that's going to do it for us, folks, from everybody here at ABC7. Take care and have a great night.
Good night, everyone.
Have a good one, folks.